Michael, you are listening to The Michael Dresser Show. We're going to talk about something very interesting to all people. There's a book called Heaven is Real, but So is Hell. This is an eyewitness account of what's to come. Vassula Ryden is the author of Heaven is Real, but So is Hell. She was born of Greek parents. She grew up in Egypt until her family moved to Switzerland, where she was a teenager. Then 1985, while she was living in Bangladesh, she had a spiritual encounter that changed her life as well as many others. Let us say, Vassula, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much for welcoming me in your show.
Oh, and
thank you.
Thank you so much for being here. You know, most people do not understand spirituality. You know, when you had your first experience, what happened? How did that occur with you?
Well, let me tell you what sort of person I was, because this is really impressive. I was a person who never really went to church, never prayed, never bothered. Although I was baptized Christian, you know, a lot of people are still like that, as I was in the past. And the reason, we don't know exactly why. It's sometimes, you know, the world takes you in its own arms and drags you out of your spiritual life. And that is the thing, that the important thing is that just as I was like that, without even searching for God, my angel manifested himself to me back in 1985. Now, just let me make it clear. When I say the angel, I saw him. It's an interior vision which I saw. So I saw my angel. He introduced himself as my guardian angel, and what was his task was to wake me up from that sort of lethargy I was in, that spiritual lethargy, draw my attention towards God, give an insight of my real self, and I saw my real self with God's eyes, how I was, in what state of sin I was. And I kind of freaked out when I saw that. So, you know, it was just a purification, which is an immaterial fire. And that was all what was happening to me back in 1985. And then the whole intention was to draw my attention to God, because God was going to speak to me. So this is my, the real thing is this mission that I have, that God has been giving me now messages for 27 years. And all what he said inside came true. Prophecies that he said, even good and bad prophecies, came all true. And I've written finally this book, Heaven is Real, but So is Hell. It's all about the supernatural world that people have forgotten that it exists because they don't see it. They want to see things to believe. And the material world has drawn them into not believing that there is supernatural world, which is the real world, because we will end up there sometime when we die.